Warning, major rant incoming from yesterday. Just thought I'd put this in there before you watch this video. I'm currently in here working on the next video, which is going to be a cool build. So keep an eye out for that one. Definitely let me know your thoughts on this video and pop it down below and we'll have a conversation about it because, well, I was a broken man yesterday. Here's the video. Well, I wasn't even going to make this video today. I actually had a different video planned and I'm kind of going to start it today. But I kind of just been sat here like flabbergasted for like the last half an hour while sitting on my little chair in the workshop, just kind of like just really deep thinking and getting to the point where we've got to start asking a serious question. Are bike shops getting worse? You know, what is it? Is it a case of mechanics, low wages? I don't know what it is nowadays, but the bike shops in and around Nottingham, not all of them, but a certain few are just getting so bad. Like, anyway, so the story goes like this. Got a good friend called Neil. Shout out Neil. So he reaches out and he basically says, you know, he's got a friend that's basically having recurring issues with punches. She's a carer, so she needs a bike. You know, she does a lot of miles and so on and so on and so on. And she's been in and out frequently recently with punches. That you know. You get punches. It's time of year, they're cutting a lot of hedgerows back, you get a lot of thorns, there's a lot of canals and stuff like that. Inner cities are just plagued with glass and crap all over the road anyway. So punches, yeah, fair enough, you know, you go in, you get a puncher. So this lady's been paying £18 a time for a new inner tube and fitting. And she's been two different bike shops, constantly doing punches recently, and yeah, she recently got a puncher, had it fixed, and then it pretty much got a puncher again straight away. So I said to my mate, I was like, you know what, could be something in the tyre, could be a fault with the tyre, could be rim tape. Drop it down to me, I'll have a look, we'll get it sorted, because you know, it's the lady that uses it to get around on. You know, she's a carer, so she looks after vulnerable people and people that have obviously got health needs. So, you know, getting around on a bike is a lot quicker than cars, a lot quicker than buses, and definitely a lot quicker than walking, especially in Nottingham. Traffic and kind of public transport is awful. So yeah. Anyway, it's like, yeah, bring it round, nice, quick, easy, I'll sort it out, you know, puncher's puncher, I'll have a look, see what's causing it, and so on and so on. And I kind of put it in the stand and I was like, wow, I ain't even had proper look yet. So I gave him a call. I said, look, how recent has she been in to the bike shops, you know, for the last couple of punches and so on? Did anyone mention about brakes? He asked her and she said, no one's mentioned brakes or anything like that. And I was like, they're gonna kill her. Like, I don't like to say that word. But there's a point where if you're working on a bike and something's unsafe and you've got to say, look, you need to fix your brakes because you're going to have an accident. And for some bike shops, clearly it's a case of putting that £18 through the till for the puncher repair, and that's it, done. But equally, you've got anyone that's doing bikes, you've got to kind of have that kind of honesty to go, look, your brakes are shocking. Because for me personally, if I'll show you this in a minute. If someone came to me with this and said, look, I just want a puncher doing, I don't really want to spend loads of money getting it all sorted, I would have turned around and said, look, your brakes are unsafe, I can't do a punch on this bike. and I'd recommend not to ride it. Get it sorted, you know, and even if I worked in a bike shop, right, and I said, right, you know, punch is going to be this much, £18 seems ridiculously expensive just for a tube to be put in a bike anyway. But if it was like, look, you know, your pads are shot, this is wrong, you know, it's unsafe, I'd help out a little bit. Like, even if you just did it just the cost of parts and said, look, I'll help you out, I'll do it for the cost of parts to make sure it's safe, to make sure you're safe, because it's not, this isn't safe. This is why I called my friend and I said, you know, have they ever mentioned the brakes when you've not long just been in? No one's mentioned brake. I'm going to flip the camera around because usually I'm cheerful and things like this, but I feel just a little bit broken on this one. The fact that someone's done a puncture, don't even put the tyre on the right way. But the fact is they've done a puncture, not mentioned the brakes, and then they've sent the lady on the way. There's a lot of steep hills in Nottingham, in and around. That's someone's mum, someone's daughter, someone's sister. I think everyone has a duty here to make sure the bikes that are going back out the bike shop are safe. Or the people that, or just, I know probably people can't, I'm probably just rambling now, but I'm so frustrated and just a little bit angry that this is the level that people just send bikes out. And this isn't the first one. I get it a lot. So, well, let's flip the camera and I'll show you why I'm so annoyed. So, yeah. So, there's a disc, obviously this side of the wheel. You can see there the arrow. So, tyres in the wrong direction anyway. Treads look all right. You know, Vittoria, not a bad brand of tyre. But the issue is just that disc is absolutely mullered for one, and this is the level of what you get. You can see there, there's obviously an issue. You wouldn't do a puncture and go like that. You'd always spin it, press the brake, you know. So you can see, or maybe you can't see that well. I'm going to pull these bloody pads out in a minute anyway. But basically, the pads have worn down past the metal. And it's contaminated. The disc is absolutely shredded. I can feel all of those ridges in there. There's no stopping power. That goes back to the bar as well. And the back one's no different. Let's come around here. Oh. There's no bloody pads left. Also don't spin. And sounds like bloody sandpaper. Other than that, the gears, yeah, they're a bit dirty, but the gears are generally working. The gears are fine, you know. But why would someone not recommend or just advise about brakes? Now, I know some of you might say, well, didn't the lady notice that the brakes was not working right? At the end of the day, you got to look at it like this. Not every cyclist, this is what bike shops are there for. You go in, you always recommend, you know, you always advise. You know, some cyclists just purely ride the bikes. You get cyclists that don't enjoy riding the bikes for leisure. They do it because it's their only form of transport, or it's the quickest form of transport, and so on. So, but you would. This is why I've been sat here mulling it over, because you would expect him to go, look, your brakes are gone, and you don't wear through an entire pad. Like, you don't wear through an entire pad within like an hour of riding. Like, I'm actually going to pull these out now. Like, let me just put some gloves on. Where's my gloves? Alright. First off, let's drop out the wheel, because I gotta kind of, I feel like I'm just sat here just moaning. Bloody. Well, the disc has had it. Oh, you can see the score marks. They've had it. They're absolutely. That's gone. So disc is at it. Right, let's have a look how bad the pads are. Well, that's a split pin out. Let's see what we can retrieve out of this caliper. Well, a bit of it fell out. Right, so well, that's how they've come out. Pad's still got a bit on there. Oh no, yeah, there you go. That's gone as well. That pad, look at that. So you can see there, it's virtually gone through. It's wafer thin. You don't go through them in one ride. Like, I know that this has obviously been clearly an issue for quite a while on this bike. My whole point of it is why was the lady not informed? Because also that's another thing as well. It's like, if I ever do bikes and I see something, I tell them and I say, look, you know, this is good. You're going to need this. You're going to need that. If it's a safety, I say, look, do not ride the bike until you get this fixed. Whether you get that done there and then, at least you're telling the person, and then they know then it's not safe to ride. I know some people probably still ride it anyway, but at least you've done your bit. Not only that, for a bike shop not to recommend, because you think, if you're recommending, right, your pads are gone, your discs are gone, you need to get these done. Not only that, it's generating more money for them anyway. Like, not that I'm advocating for just do stuff for the sake of it. That's been a long running issue, and the fact that she's been back so many times for punches, and not once has someone said that's not safe to ride, you need new pads. That's gone. So, well, I think the first thing really is to find out is it's going to need new discs and new pads. Yeah. Fingers crossed they don't look like the pistons have been too heavily, because that's not gone all the way through, but I think I need to deep clean the caliper, reset the pistons, check the oil level, and then what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to put a bleed block in the caliper and basically strap up the lever and leave it pressurized, just to make sure there's no oil or anything coming out of the calipers. So I'm going to do that, and then I'll figure out some new pads and discs as well. So yeah, well, some people might not, some people might think that it's not such a big deal. These things happen, but that's my question. A bike shop's getting worse. You know, what's the solution? You know. Well, I'm gonna get this sorted and see what I can do for the lady. My dog's drinking out of a puddle in the garden and it sounds like she's thrown up at the same time. Yeah, I think I need to see what I can do about this, reevaluate my day, go from there. Yeah, I'll see you in a couple of seconds because I'm probably going to add something on to the end of this video anyway. I'm going to go and dig through boxes, see if I've got any spare, nice, decent discs. Join you back in a sec. With the rant all done, we've come to a solution now. Got my lad in the workshop, he's doing some work for me down there, cleaning up the wheels. So I reached out to a local bike shop. Big shout out Ian at Bikeworks. I basically reached out to him because Bikeworks is an amazing company that I work with and do some stuff with and so on. They're an amazing company, so I reached out and I explained the situation about the lady, she's a carer and so on, and they do a lot of like charity work and kind of community projects and things like that. I explained the situation, and you know what they said? Have a guess what he said? Ian at Bikeworks. He said, pop down mate, we'll sort the lady out, we'll donate you some pads and some discs to get her sorted so she can get back out doing care stuff and looking after people. So pads and discs free of charge. So what we're going to do is I clean up all the pistons, reset the pistons back into the caliper, and I basically left the brakes pressurized. So we'll have a look at those in a second, but yeah, massive shout out to Bikeworks, absolutely fantastic company, and they do great work with the community and all that kind of stuff. So faith restored. There is good bike shops out there. So yeah, we are now gonna basically get this bike all done and sorted so she can pretty much get back to work on Monday morning, freshen around and helping people out there. So I've got my lad, he's working in the workshop. What are you looking for? Oh, you're gonna put the discs on. Right, he's gonna put the discs on and I'll show you the brake caliper, and it shouldn't be leaking. So yeah, they're the discs, and the bolts are, they're all the bolts there.
Do you need these?
Yeah, you can put them back on.
Should I give these a wipe first?
Yeah, you can do. There we go. Flip the camera around. So I've had the levers all strapped up. That's not lost any fluid at all. That's great. And we've not lost any fluid. No. Yeah, that's bone dry. Right, awesome. So we're not only just going to fix the brakes on this for her, I've also stripped off the drive as well. I'm going to give that a bit of a clean. And yeah, so my lad's all busy down there with his little tea tray, and he's going to put the discs on. And yeah. Well, with my lad's help, we actually got the bike done pretty quick, to be fair. What we also put in the front wheel is, not only is it now the right direction and the brakes are done, just spins lovely, brakes are super sharp. Yeah, as you can see, no grinding or anything like that, done right. We also fitted a set of tyre liners as well. So check the rim. It's actually got decent rim tape on there. There's no issues with it. The actual inner tube actually looked more like a pinch flat, like when you're going in like a snake bite, like if someone's bloody going in hardcore with like a tire lever, or if they've not made sure that the inner tube could have been trapped between the tire and the rim. They've pumped it up, obviously ride down, obviously psst, it's gone again. So yeah, I've done that on both wheels, so hopefully that keeps it rocking and rolling on there as well. And like I say, polished up all the drive. That's also nice and sorted now as well. I'll give you a quick show really. Let me turn the camera. Oh, it spins lovely. So that spins nice. That spins nice. Stops on a dime. Same with the front. So brakes aren't pulling back to the bar no more either. So they're good. They're all the old pads and disc. Yeah, that was awful. So yeah, cleaned up all of the chain set, given it an all really good oiling and so on as well. So yeah. So we'll get the bike back to her, so she can get back to doing a vital work on Monday, basically helping out people. You know, I think at the end of the day, it's nice to be able to help out people that help others, because why not? It's a nice thing. It don't happen enough, in my opinion. I'm going to advise her probably not to go back to the 2 bike shops that she's been going to and fro from. Yeah, that one's great on the brake pads. But I want to say a massive thank you to Nottingham Bikeworks for actually donating the lady brake pads and discs. That was such a, again, decent thing to do. Those guys do great, absolutely fantastic work with community events. And yeah, it's nice to work with them and help them out and do stuff. And yeah, such a great place, to be fair. So on that note, like I say, this lady's getting all of that you've seen, my rant, like, you know, not that I showed you much of actually fixing it, but that's totally free. She's not going to pay absolutely nothing. And yeah. So that means after an awful morning and a busy day running around and doing bits and that, I'm gonna go and watch a nice film. It's boys' night tonight, so me and my lad are on our own, gonna get up to some mischief. And yeah, tomorrow I'm gonna crack on with the next video, which should have been today, which should have been in the place of this one, because it's a right stinker. Ooh dear. Yeah, you like that one. So yeah, see you on the next one.